Behaviors that make him addicted to you. There is no better feeling than knowing your man is googly-eyed over you. So what can you do to make sure that he is? There are a few things that can actually drive a guy crazy and make him always want more of you. You don't have to change who you are because a man should be into you for, well, who you are. But there are a few things you can do to make him feel like he'll find no other you. There's nothing wrong with making a man want more of you and quite literally becoming addicted to you. You're special and should feel that way. Number 1. Act like the prize that you are. If you don't already know how special you are, you should take a minute to realize how true it is. There's no one like you, and you should feel that way. Although it is nice to hear a man say this to you, this should be something you already know. And he should know that you know. This isn't something to be ashamed of. He knows what he has, and you know it too. Number 2. Don't be too available. You'll want to create some sort of longing between your man and where you give your time. He should feel somewhat of a challenge when trying to spend time with you. For example, you can appear to be in demand by the people in your life by telling him you're busy on a certain day. This will have him only wanting to spend time with you more. Number 3. Be beauty and brains. Similar to knowing how special you are, your intelligence isn't something to hide either. It's not a bad thing to be smart, and it can be a huge turn-on to a man. However, with both, you should be careful of appearing arrogant about these qualities. While they should be expressed, they do not need to be rubbed in people's faces. Number 4. Be vulnerable. While you should create some mystery and unavailability around yourself, it is equally as important to be vulnerable with a man. For example, he should feel like he knows you on a deeper level than most people. This will make him feel special and admire you even more that he has access to those parts of you. Number 5. Show him that you're into him. Just as much as you want your man to have googly eyes over you, it's likely that he's wanting the same from you. By complimenting him or letting him know when he's doing the right things, he'll feel confident and keep doing more of what you like. For instance, if you like the type of clothes he wears, you could vocalize this. It will make him feel good and you'll get to see more of those clothes. Number 6. Be your authentic self. There is nothing more eye-catching than someone who is authentically themselves. At the end of the day, you know who you are. When you express this to someone, it allows them to see you for who you truly are. It can be easier to want to act different around different people, but this isn't being authentic. Authenticity is when you stay true to yourself regardless of who is around. This can be scary around the guy that you're into, but it will make him like you that much more. Besides, why would you want him falling for a version of yourself that isn't real? Number 7. Be supportive. This is another one of those things that can leave a man feeling like there's no other you. When you support his interests or hobbies, it shows you have his back. For example, if you were to encourage him in a sport that he plays, he would feel that much more confident playing, knowing that you're there supporting him. He won't be able to get enough of you. Number 8. Spice things up. Once the two of you have been talking for a while, the initial spark of wanting to text every second of the day might begin to die off. It will become more of a routine and honestly a little boring at times. You might even find that the two of you talk about literally the same things day in and day out. To avoid a complete plateau, try doing new things more often than not. For example, around the holidays, you could try to create new traditions instead of always doing the same. Or on a weekend you both have available, you could try a new restaurant together. This will be just the right amount of shush your relationship needs. Number 9. Show your playful side. There's a time to be serious and a time to not be. As long as you're not using humor during more serious conversations, there's nothing wrong with having a good laugh. In fact, this will make a man that much more into you. It creates a sense of closeness and shows that you're not afraid to let your guard down around him. Number 10. Keep the conversation going. Another thing that can spice a relationship up is being a good conversationalist. When you're not afraid to ask more personal questions without being weird, this can add a certain level of excitement to the relationship. You won't run out of things to talk about, and you'll be able to learn more about each other. Good conversations are a great way to create memories in the present moment because it deepens your bond with one another. You can even make it a point to have conversation as a regular thing. For example, you might go on coffee dates together or a walk in the park. These are great places for conversation and a fun get-together. You'll make more of an impact on him with your words than you think. Number 11. Create a mutual respect. Respect is a huge part of a successful relationship. If there's no respect, it is very unlikely your relationship can work out. When a man respects you, he'll admire you deeply. This makes things in your relationship a lot easier because that underlying respect will always be there. If you first respect him, it's likely he'll respect you in turn, or vice versa. You should respect his dreams, goals, and ideals in the way that you would want him to respect yours. The saying, treat others the way you want to be treated, will pay off here. Number 12. Have standards for yourself. When you create standards in your life, it will reflect in your relationships. Whether these standards are for yourself or for those around you, they will tell others how to treat you, and men actually admire this in a woman. It's very appealing to know a woman knows what she wants and has strong standards in her life. Don't be afraid to be a no-nonsense type of person if that's who you are. It will have men respecting you that much more. Number 13. Being happy. Happiness is something that everyone enjoys being around. When you're generally a happy person, this will have a guy wanting more and more time with you. If even during the tough times in life you can remain overall happy with things, it will give a man peace of mind that he would enjoy becoming more serious with you. Number 14. Pay a lot of attention to him. Giving someone your undivided attention is no doubt a surefire way to make them feel special. If you do this for a guy, he'll be addicted to the feeling of understanding that you give to him. You'll just seem to make him feel seen. In addition to simply giving him attention, you can start to give him compliments to further his good feelings. By boosting his ego, he'll feel more confident and reassured that you're into him. Number 15. Make him laugh. If you know how to make a man laugh, you've got him wrapped around your finger. This signifies your ability to touch him in ways that other people can't. When you continuously make him laugh, he'll know that he can always expect a lighthearted and fun conversation here and there. Number 16. Replay old memories with him. Depending on how long you've known him, you might have a history of existing moments together. If you want him to feel googly-eyed over you, walk him through some of your best memories. For example, you could bring up the first time you two met or became intimate with one another. By taking a walk down memory lane, he'll feel all of those feelings all over again. You could reminisce on inside jokes between the two of you as well. He'll be certain to feel closer to you than ever. Number 17. Taking time to text back. When talking to the same person so often on a regular basis, things can become repetitive. To break this up, you could try not texting him back for a longer period of time. This will have him waiting for your response instead of just expecting you to text him all day long. For some reason, when you ignore the person you like, they sometimes grow fonder of you. Number 18. Getting him to open up to you. If you create a safe space for a man to open up to you, this could make him feel things for you he hasn't for anyone else. In becoming vulnerable with you, he'll have a certain level of trust in you. He'll know that even though he shared something more personal, he can still be manly at the same time. And number 19. Giving him space. When you begin to really like someone, it can be difficult to not want to be around him all of the time. However, this is actually the last thing you should do. Instead, try giving him space. This will give him the necessary time to miss you, which creates even more of a lust for you. This will also make your relationship better because the both of you will have time to live a life of your own. Well, have you learned all that it takes to make a man addicted to you? You might have already known some of these things or already do them. If that's so, your man will surely be addicted to you soon if he isn't already. Once he's head over heels for you, you can always continue to add these things into your life to spice up the relationship. By doing these things, it will be apparent that your man is addicted to you. Even if it isn't said, this is something that most women desire. It feels good to be desired, wanted, and appreciated. So, next time you feel guilty for wanting a man to be addicted to you, remember, it's more common than you think.